Thank you for tuning in to the Force Production Powerlifting channel. My name is Lawrence Malchev, and in this video I want to address the fasting fat man. I'm not sure what his name is, but he's a guy who sounds like he's from New York. He began a 150-day plain water fast on December 11th. And he just finished 150 days of fasting and lost 225 pounds in 150 days. So bravo. That's hardcore, man. You guys have no idea how hardcore that is. He started at, he said he started at 530 pounds, and that's that's 150 more pounds than I weighed when I started the snake diet, and he lost that in 5 months, where I lost mine in 6 months. He began his YouTube channel on December 8th of last year, and he wanted to send a message and try to help people who are morbidly obese, and he wanted to help change their life while he was changing his life. And he has a great, huge, giant following, and what can I say, man? I mean, it's awesome, you know, it's awesome. Now, I mentioned to him in a comment, I said, well done on the 150 days. And Fasting Fat Man says to me that he's fasting because of Angus Barbieri, who fasted in 1965, long before the snake diet, or long before, you know, the fasting fad was in. Now, I want to address his comment because there are some things that maybe he's not seeing about the snake diet because he hasn't done saltwater fasting. But he is a knowledgeable guy as far as refeeds. He's not an idiot. He's not ignorant by any means. This is not a troll of the Fasting Fat Man. This is just my thoughts, and hopefully they can benefit everybody out there in some way, shape, or form. So, to the Fasting Fat Man, this is not a troll of you. I am like amazed, astounded at what you've done. I hope you keep doing well. I hope that you reach your goals in good speed, in good time. I hope you see them, because I want to see my goals. Now, I'm going to, by reacting, or not reacting, by sending a video message to the Fasting Fat Man, but I'm sending it to everybody else, and I'm going to talk about basically electrolytes, why they're important, why plain water fasting, in my opinion, can only take you so far, because I've done plain water fasting as well. Not 150 days, but as I've gotten leaner, I'm around 25% body fat right now. I want to talk about what I've personally experienced, just me walking around, the way I feel when my electrolytes are depleted due to just drinking plain water or coffee or tea and not drinking my snake juice. But I'm going to address that and read the message that I sent to the Fasting Fat Man for anybody out there for the benefit of others. And so all you snake dieters out there going to the Fasting Fat Man thinking about trolling the guy, don't do that. Leave the man alone. He's going to do it his way, and I'm sure he's going to win. So Fasting Fat Man, keep kicking ass, buddy. All right. So he says, it's crazy. I mentioned that I'm fasting because of Angus Barbieri, who fasted in 65, long before a snake diet. But it always came back to that. In the meantime, all the snake diet is that you make your own electrolytes. I choose to purchase my electrolytes because snake juice lacks phosphorus, one of the electrolytes necessary to prevent refeeding sickness. It's simple. Someone who's doing the snake diet just needs to fast longer than 150 days. Okay, that's a tall order, man. 150 days is a tall, tall order. And most people ain't gonna make it 3 days. Right off jump, let alone 150. But I have to respectfully disagree, because the snake diet is far more than just keeping electrolytes up. It's a million times more than that. It's mostly psychological. And from that psychology, you will begin to understand yourself a lot more, as I'm sure that as you have done by fasting on plain water. But there's so much to say on that account, not appropriate for this format, just too much info to share. And it's too much info to share in this particular video. I mean, we could go on for days and days and days about all the benefits of saltwater fasting, intermittent fasting, and so on. But I say to the fasting fat man, as far as fasting 150 days, that was your mission. You have a deep connection to your health that most people will never have. Seriously, 150 days is absolutely awesome and an impossibility for the mindset of the average person. You, sir, are far above average. And that is not to kiss your ass. You've proven that you are a driven person to be able to do that. Incredibly driven, so well done. And yes, the snake diet is simple, but it's complex. And as far as phosphorus, because you mentioned that phosphorus is one of the most important electrolytes, and you don't get it in snake juice. Well, you can buy a phosphorus supplement and put it in your water. But you get that from lean beef if you really want to make sure that you're getting lots of it. And I'm sure that vegetarians and vegans, they have a phosphorus source. But you're not going to get as much phosphorus. You're probably not going to utilize as much phosphorus as you would if you ate lean beef, because it takes a longer time to digest lean beef, and in that interim you're going to absorb much more of the phosphorus, because the food, the beef, is going to be moving through your intestines slower, absorbing more and more before you evacuate. Electrolytes are the driving force behind the snake diet, because the electrolytes are what we run on. Our 11 bodily systems all need electrolytes to run properly. What are the most important electrolytes? There's sodium, potassium, calcium bicarbonate, magnesium chloride, and phosphate. The calcium and bicarbonate you get from a balanced diet. Your body makes that from a balanced diet. So you put all the food in and you get the calcium, the calcium and bicarbonate from it. You don't need a calcium supplement. You don't need a bicarbonate supplement if you're eating a balanced diet. Now, directly to the fasting fat man, soon you will have to eat regularly, and he says in his latest video that he's going to do the keto OMAD approach. And I didn't know this, so maybe I was talking out of my ass a little bit, and forgive me for that. But I say to him, soon you will have to eat regularly, and the more you approach your ideal weight, the more you will need electrolytes. Trust me, I miss them like air now. I miss electrolytes when I don't have them, because my body fat is in the mid 20s, and I do a form of weightlifting that's extreme and taxes the body of all of its minerals, all of its electrolytes. If I do not have that snake juice, I am in big trouble, and I will fail in the gym. It just will not happen, especially since I'm not in a calorie surplus on a day-to-day basis, or eating at maintenance on a day-to-day basis, because I'm rebuilding my body still. I can't go nuts in the gym yet like I want to as a powerlifter, because I haven't reached the body fat percentage that I would like to see yet. I would say that you really need to begin to prep your body for electrolytes once you get nearer to your goals, for several reasons that I will mention later. And this goes for people who are water fasting. But for now, here is the super mild electrolyte mix that my powerlifting coach has me drinking every day. My orders are to drink 2 liters of this every day, and no more. I sip it, I don't guzzle it, and If I have to, I sweeten it with about a super tiny bit of caffeine-free meal, because caffeine depletes you of electrolytes. And it gives you a false sense of having energy. I'm still coming back from that. Tomorrow morning, it's 10:32 p.m. right now. Tomorrow morning I test my strength again in the gym, and we're going to see, because I haven't been lax on my snake juice at all. But here's the recipe. 2 liters of distilled water. Add to it 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon potassium chloride salt, 1/2 of a teaspoon edible Epsom salt, 1/2 teaspoon sea salt. It's a perfect mild formula that if you sip it all day, it goes down super easy. And for those of you who are not as serious, who are not weightlifting, who aren't real serious about that, you can drink that 2 liters, have plain water, have your coffee, have your tea, whatever, but you're getting your salts in. Even though you're defeating the purpose by drinking caffeinated beverages, you're just pissing that out, you're still getting it a little bit, and it's still benefiting your 11 bodily systems. Now, my cousin is an MD. She is an internist. She deals with the internal organs, the immune system, the intestines, the glands, okay, and the endocrine system is glands, and the immune system. She recommends that you, and we were talking months ago, and she recommended to me that I take a daily vitamin to get the trace minerals, like in this daily vitamin right here, that I get the trace minerals that are hard to get through the diet, because you'd have to eat way too much food. And she likes snake juice because she tells me that all electrolytes are taken care of through snake juice, red meat, fish, eggs, and the bicarbonate and calcium are 2 of the most important electrolytes. And our bodies make these 2 electrolytes all on its own from the food that we drink, from the food and drink that we consume, if the food that we consume is high in sodium, potassium, phosphorus, and magnesium. Listen again. I'll say it again. Bicarbonate and calcium are 2 of the most important electrolytes that we need. And we get them all on our own from the food and drink that we consume, if the food we consume is high in sodium, potassium, phosphorus, and magnesium. So make sure that your food has lots of magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, is high in sodium and chloride, and you will make bicarbonate and calcium from that. You don't have to take a calcium supplement. You don't have to take a bicarbonate supplement, because you can go out and buy them. But if you eat the food that has sodium, potassium, chloride, phosphorus, and magnesium, red meat, fish, eggs. I'm sorry, vegans and vegetarians. I don't deal with you guys, because that's not my area. I don't know what foods to tell you for you to get that. You have to do your own research on that. So, getting back to the fasting fat man, I tell him, and I don't like to say, I tell him I'm speaking with him, and I communicate to him, soon you will need to eat. And he says he's going back to eating, like 1 to 2 meals a day. And you're going to need a plan. So start making that plan now, because as the loose skin begins to show, and he mentions that he has loose skin and that he would like to get rid of it. And I told him, you know, it will. You're talking to Mr. Loose Skin himself. I lost 160 pounds in 6 months on the snake diet and was obese for 20 years. You're going to need a good salt water to help reduce the loose skin. And good salt water also makes your workouts a lot more productive and keeps you regular. Salt conducts electricity, and muscle contractions run on electricity primarily. First you get the electricity. That's what keeps us alive, is electricity. The mechanism that makes us different from a dead person, we don't know. But like you plug in something into the wall and it gets that electricity pumping into it, everything our bodies are electrical units. Everything runs on electricity, and electrolytes are positive and negatively charged entities, minerals, right? And we run on them. Our brain and our spinal cord need them to send out to everything else. And what takes them there are electrical charges, the nervous system. So you gotta have your electrolytes, man. This is why we talk about snake juice. This is why you have to have high electrolytes in your diet. You can just piss them out if you take in too many. It's not gonna hurt you. The brain and the spine send out electrical signals all day. Working out is a justified reason, prime time reason, to have a high salt content diet regularly. To consume a higher salt content diet regularly is okay if you are working out. If you are not screwing around in the gym, or if you're out there getting physical exercise and you're really getting that physical exercise. It's critical. And this is fine as far as your health. It all works itself out as far as blood work. Go and get a blood test now, and then begin an exercise regimen. Watch what you eat, control your weight, and go get another one 6 months later. You'll be shocked at what how beneficial a high salt content diet will be to everything in your life. I have one of the saltiest diets out there, and no issues with high blood pressure due to the workouts. But you have to exercise vigorously. My doctor is in total agreement with me having a higher salt content in my diet because of the resistance training. Not to mention that electrolytes are what the brain, heart, liver, and kidneys need to function at their best. These are the organs that doctors are concerned with if you are wheeled into the emergency room. They're check your vital signs. They have to preserve the brain first, the heart second, the liver third, and the kidney fourth. And I got that from a medical doctor, an ER doctor, when we were talking about the snake diet. So, snake juice and proper refeeds and a daily vitamin really do take care of 99% of what you need. Now, as far as fasting on just plain water, Fasting Fat Man, he's been mining his own electrolytes from the fat tissue that he has, that he's been metabolizing, and that's awesome. But take it from me, as a person leans out more, that person's going to not want to be electrolyte depleted. You begin to get weak, and your mind will not be as fresh. I just went through a horrible Sunday training session because I was cutting weight too rapidly, and I was depleted from drinking plain water only. And I have to correct that because I was also drinking coffee and tea, but I was full of liquid. I was what I thought was hydrated, but I forgot the basic rule, man. You're not hydrated if you're losing your electrolytes. That's the whole reason of being hydrated, is to be full of electrolytes. And I paid the price last Sunday. I made it through my training session. I didn't fail a lift, but it was an eye-opening experience that said, hey, look, man, you're not going to go very far in this sport if you don't have your electrolytes in check. You're just going to be way too weak. Okay? So, Fasting Fat Man, though, he's an inspiration to me, man. I mean, that's awesome. I made it 14 days on snake juice. That was the longest I made it. And I was going nuts. I was training like a mofo. I mean, I was training hard. I was riding my bike everywhere, sprinting on my bike. I was sprinting at the park. I was lifting weights. I was practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which I would like to go back to after I'm done powerlifting. But the two, I'm not going to try to make those compatible, because if I get hurt doing Jiu-Jitsu, I can't do what I really love right now, which is to powerlift. I can't imagine 150 days. So bravo again. But I say to the Fasting Fat Man, just be ready for the next phase, eating regularly and resistance training of some type. like I'm saying, the fasting fat man really doesn't need my advice. He's going to do it his way, but maybe there's something that he might find beneficial from this video. And to the fasting fat man, you know, you're going to want to begin to make some muscle, because you've lost a lot of muscle in your 150 days. And you want to wear Speedos at the beach. You want to get rid of loose skin. Well, unless you have surgery, it may take you another 10 years to truly get rid of that loose skin. And that's not being negative. That's just, you know, you've stretched your skin out, man. You did that to yourself, like I did it to myself. But I can tell you that had I not been lifting weights all this time, I'd have way more loose skin. And I wouldn't, and I wouldn't have bits and pieces of a very nice muscular body. The midsection, the gut, there's my problem right there. The chest fat is going away, but the midsection, that's going to be the one. That's going to be the one that's going to take the most work. But the loose skin is leaving the biceps. It's leaving under here. It's leaving around the thigh area, in the back and the bottom of the glutes. My legs look pretty good. My arms look pretty good. My back looks pretty good. It's just the chest and midsection that I really need to work on. And that's all diet. But you got to have that salt water. There's something in the salt water that really helps out with loose skin. And I can't really, I don't know. I don't know the biochemistry of it, but I would swear on it. You know, I would bet money on it. Yeah, I mean, you can't get away from the loose skin. I trained all the while snake dieting hardcore, and I lost a lot of muscle. I did my best to preserve as much as I could, and I preserved a lot, but I lost a lot. My squat was 535 pounds, and now a squat of 420 pounds in the next meet will be a stellar day. Anything between 408 pounds and 420 is a total absolute success as far as my squatting. My bench went down from 324 pounds to right now probably 285. And then my deadlift dropped from 585 pounds to something in the low 500s. So I lost a lot of strength, but I lost a lot of weight, and that's just a strength principle, okay? I know that you're not a power lifter and you may not want to go the route I'm going, but as far as building muscle, you got to start doing it, man. Do you want to look good on the beach? You may, by the time beach time comes around, you may not be able to take off your shirt, but you may be able to have some really nice guns, right? You may be able to have nice shoulders, you know, nice traps, nice back, good legs. You still be able to wear clothes that reveal the nicer parts of your body. Women love the arms. I hear they love the abs most, but hey, look, most women don't have great abs either. Okay, so love you. Anyway, and you know, rebuilding the muscle for me is a rush, man. It's fun to actually begin to look like I lift. And there are 10 billion reasons why lifting weights is beneficial, and it's necessary for our later years, for our older years. I talk about the benefits of that my dad reaped from being super incredibly in shape, well into his 70s and early 80s. It's priceless, man. You know, it's just priceless to be physically fit and strong for men and women. So, you know, to the fasting fat man, all the best. I can't wait to see what you'll do now that your 150 days is over. I wish you and yours good health and prosperity. So, if you haven't heard of the Fasting Fat Man, subscribe to him. Hit bell notifications. Check out his channel. He's got a lot of interesting stuff there. The guy's a real success story. He's super driven. I wish him all the best, and I hope that none of this has been condescending because that's not my intention, man. It's just really awesome what you've done. And if you've stuck around for this 24-minute video, which is way out of the time rate that I usually give my videos, thank you very much. If you haven't liked and subscribed to my channel, I would wish and hope that you would do so, because I only try to put out the best quality content that I am capable of. Nothing frilly, nothing fatty, nothing garbagey. It's all for the benefit of others, because the things that I do to try to benefit myself are to help others be benefited. Anyway, that was really horrible English. I do what I do for you. How about that? Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next video. Adios.